Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and being a producer of Wrestle Massacre as well as Inside Movies Galore, I am David Strege, and welcome to Delusions of Grandeur. Enjoy the reviews. I certainly did.
Okay, Dave, that's it. Screw you and your college flunkies. I've had enough of this from you and from everyone else. I know what you guys are trying to do. Break me down, drive me out of the force. Well, it's going to take a hell of a lot more than a lame prank like this to get Curtis Mooney to throw in his badge, so fuck you. Over.
Did you miss me? I guess not.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another exciting episode of Delusions of Grandeur. I'm your host, David Strege, and here I have another review for you, this time of a film that was filmed over a span of 4 years for a company called Dreaming for Dead Cats Productions, and it's directed by Craig Jacobson. But Cassandra Seckler is assistant director to this film, along with a couple other people. And here is the release from Sub Rosa Home Video. Right now, you can pick it up for like $10 on Amazon. And to me, it's like a cyberpunk post-apocalyptic world, and it's set in a future of almost alien existence, of loneliness, and is existential in nature, and yet colorful, of alternate realities. Elliot is played by Joshua Coffey, who apparently worked on their short film that they had directed somewhat before this, called Wire Boy. And he plays a character that works for a power plant that is run by a character by the name of Face, which is this constantly screaming head of orders for Elliot to fix whatever they need fixed, whenever they need fixed. And he's constantly watched by these sentinels, these cyborg-like creatures, who ultimately end up being like almost like his captors, and don't want him to find out exactly what he is, who he is, and just want him to continue his daily routines. But like any of us as human beings, we try to find our escapes in our own ways. So how Elliot does is apparently uh, he can plug into what is a virtual world that he has created in his mind. And the first thing we see is that he enjoys the erotic dancing of a girl. Um, what kind of species this girl is, I don't know, but it seems to enjoy him and excite him. And ultimately, he ends up continuing to go back into this world that he has created and finds himself in uncharted space in this alternate reality world. And every time he comes back, it's depressing, and his these sentinels that are watching him, he is ultimately, it's hard to explain somewhat because there's world building within this. There's colors, there's a lot of cool overlays, and um, differences in rooms and textures, and it's kind of like a Rorschach test, to be honest. And I like the different shapes and colors, and knowing that the fact that a lot of these this world was kind of based on like spiders and things of that nature was kind of cool to figure that out. And basically, Elliot is very much controlled within the reality that he has come to know, but he ends up meeting another's avatar, so, as were in this alternate reality, and begins to fall in love with that alternate reality avatar, and he starts to want to have more of a relationship with this other avatar, and the avatar goes by the name of Bianca. And when he finally finds whatever Bianca is, um, it's like he kind of goes through a birth and rebirth kind of in a reality, and he starts to not realize exactly what he is, and a reality seems to blur its lines, and ultimately his world is crashing in on him, and we see that this world, if he's not doing what he's expected to do, they intently try to kill him, and ultimately he sees the fantasies that he and the dreams that he had been dreaming and creating in this alternate reality world, um, uh, that they're destroying his dreams, and he tries to find a way to escape his reality and make the other reality his own, but this world is kind of a lot more controlling than he expects. I thought the acting was relatively good, relatively decent. I thought that the makeup on these creatures, and the suits on the characters were phenomenal for the low budget that they had, and I definitely think that this world and what Elliot is thinking and what Elliot is going through can be interpreted on many different levels to many different people, and I think the film speaks to figuring out how one can deal with a world so controlling, and how one can enjoy the aspects and the fact that there are consequences for your actions. You know what I mean? And it's such a breath of fresh air. It was definitely a labor of love. I want to give a shout out to everyone who was involved with this film. It was definitely an achievement, and I'm looking forward to what else these two can produce and put out there. I think that this was definitely one of the better independent movies that I have seen out there, and it may not be everyone's taste, but I could see what they were trying to do, and I could see the existentialism of the whole thing, and the wonder of existence, and the thoughts of coexistence, and the escapes from reality, and the trying to make someone do what they want you to do by beating you down, and then ultimately it is whatever you want to think of it. So I enjoyed and was thoroughly entertained by this film. I would definitely recommend it to be seen. And I'm glad that I have it in my collection to be able to watch again and again. Long live the physical world, and hopefully you have enjoyed my thoughts and feelings on this film. Let me know down in the comments what you thought of this film, and whether you'd like to see it, and maybe I'll have some more cool films to review in the future. So thank you so much, and just go out and enjoy the film. Don't take my word for it.
You were good, kid, real good. But as long as I'm around, you'll always be second best, see?